Would anyone here also like the BR to return as the main weapon in ranked?
No, absolutely not. When I pick it up on ranked, but laser cross with a slower projectile, only if they reworked it to be more skillful.
For the BR or the Bandit overall, I prefer the BR. The problem is, I actually don't mind the Bandit, but this version of the Bandit that we're literally playing like shitty Reach. And Reach was already shitty. Put that in perspective. We're playing shitty Reach, dude. This version of fucking Infinite is fucking terrible, dude.
What's up, everyone? You may not know us, but we've both been here in the community for a while. I'm Instigator92.
And I'm BKPhamous. What you just heard is the core of the debate. The battle rifle feels necessary, but at the same time, it feels too dominant. At certain ranges, it's just too strong. It's an automatic kill. And that's the real issue.
Instead of just arguing or debating on forums, or through Twitter or various YouTube videos, we decided to investigate and test possibilities within Halo Infinite's Forge for what might be possible changes to this weapon, since we do not have access to developer tools to really fine-tune some of the BR settings.
That's where we built what we're calling the BR Devo. De-evolved, to bring it back to a more competitive weapon. So without waiting any longer, let's jump into it.
Alright, let's take a look at some red reticle ranges. You see that right there? That's mid-map control without the player being required to step forward and making any kind of commitment. Access to this kind of range shouldn't be free, but unfortunately, it is. Now watch this. No zoom, we're just walking forward. And there it is, red reticle. And this is why you have a weapon that is so extremely forgiving and removes the risk from fights that should require players to have good positioning.
Now, here's the BR Devo. Watch how close this person needs to be before red reticle turns on. That's a 70% reduction in red reticle range while zoomed. What about unzoomed? You need to be much closer. With this change, cross-map challenges aren't free anymore. Now let's look at the bullet spread. Here's the regular BR. We're going to shoot 4 bursts. Notice how there's hardly any spread or variance to each shot. This is why the current BR is broken. Now let's look at the BR Devo. It has more horizontal variance, more natural spread to it. You can still 4-shot, but it requires pacing and control.
So what do you get with Halo Infinite's regular BR? Point, burst, 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 dead. Perfect. With our BR Devo, if you miss a burst, it matters. If you spam the trigger too fast, it matters. This version of the BR is going to reward discipline, not autopilot.
And here's the part most people aren't ready for. Once you start to reduce the BR's forgiveness, you start realizing how forgiving a lot of the Halo Infinite weapons actually are. The BR isn't the only one. Other guns will need adjustments too. Because right now, anything mid-range becomes a red reticle advantage contest, and that creates an unfair fight. This isn't about nerfing the BR into the ground, but about restoring balance. Maybe even restoring some commitment and restoring positioning on the map. The BR Devo is just one step. And if you want to try it out, let us know. If you disagree, please tell us why. We're not here to complain. We're here to evolve Halo by de-evolving it.